All right. Well, if anybody has seen any of our Ghost Bro videos, there's about 8 of us in the group, and this represents 4 of us. So I'm Armand. This is Elliot, and he started with me from day one.
I'm Sabian. I joined in about a year ago.
I'm Chaz. I joined about a couple months ago actually, and my first was Randolph County Asylum.
Fun fact: Chaz and Elliot, how do you know each other?
Chaz is my brother-in-law.
Elliot's my brother-in-law.
Chaz is my brother-in-law. He married my sister.
I'm most curious about Elliot. Why did you decide to start this with me?
Like when it started, we were just kind of messing around. You said let's go to Golden Lamb, like a hotel in the area. Some of the things we kind of added in and exaggerated, and people were more interested in the fact that we went somewhere that was scary and abandoned, haunted.
And then Sabian came in at Post Town, and I think that's like when things started changing.
So when you guys called me, I was like, well, I got nothing going on. This seems interesting. I like these guys, might as well have fun. And then when I got there, it started feeling a little spooky, but we were, again, like you're saying, it did start to change, but it still had that same feeling of being goofy. Like even the video itself is still more goofy than the newer ones. I think it started around the castle for me is when things started to change, get a little more serious.
The castle, I think, is kind of when we found our direction in a sense.
Yeah. Wait, Chaz, before you joined, you've been watching the videos for like the year and a half that we were making them, and I assumed you were our biggest fan.
I was, keywords. I think the first one I remember watching was the Post Town. The doll moving was what you were really hyped up about. So I think that kind of planted the seed for wanting to join you guys. But I mean, I've always been a believer in there's something more out there.
That is one of our strong suits, is everyone has different lifestyles. All of us are on varying levels of belief and skepticism.
Yeah. We all have different levels of like belief in like angels and demons or spirits or ghosts. Some of us don't believe in any of them at all. I think it helps us keep each other accountable, that we're not walking in every time and it's like, oh, it's a ghost. Well, no, there's someone that's like trying to debunk what's happening.
Yeah.
In the 2 years you've been doing this, what's the scariest or most fun or most memorable moment that you've had?
Prospect Place. We're all around that table and hear like just audibly, we're getting stuff through the spirit box, and then to hear like a woman sound like she's singing out loud was, you can see in the video, my jaw just drops.
Because that was so big, it almost took precedence of the entire night. But even if that didn't happen, you and me still got touched in the basement. Trevor still had that experience up in the attic. I mean, there was so much there.
After Randolph, wasn't even necessarily at the place, but when we got back, I just couldn't sleep. Like it felt, there's a sense of uneasiness that stuck with me for a couple days.
And then what happened to Trevor?
Yeah, we woke up and we see Trevor has a handprint on him in the morning.
Because I started this watching all the videos, and if you're here just looking at the screen, it's a lot different because like you see the spirit boxes and the cuts between things, and you're like, oh, okay, sure, that's the it looks cool, but you have the skepticism. But when you're in the moment, it's just a whole different ball game, because you see firsthand the questions that are being asked, and it's not just gibberish responses, it's legitimate responses to these questions, and the timing between the questions and the answers and the things going on, just it all meshes up to be more than just coincidental in my opinion when you're in the moment there.
But the most exciting moment really was in the Waverly video, which you have not seen yet, Chaz. We lay down the REM pod. There's nothing on the concrete ground. It's clear. We walk away. It goes off for like a minute straight. We think there's something wrong with it. We walk back and there's wet, bare footprints all around the REM pod. And I'm not being dramatic, right? Like when you see it, it doesn't process like what you're looking at. Like it's toes, like it's bare feet footprints.
Yeah, like I was just like incredulous, just staring at the ground without words.
What are you most excited about for 2013, big boy?
Ooh, we have a lot planned, but it's got to be the prison, Brushy Mountain. Like
Brushy's gonna be crazy.
Obviously excited for the road trip, but I think that's just a road trip with the boys. That'll be great. But kind of sleeper one that I'm the most excited for is that little village.
Do we lose Sabian? Are you there, Chaz?
Yeah, I'm here. Spirits decided Sabian had enough.
Dude, thank you both for doing this. I love you boys. Thanks for this.
Love you too, guys.
See you this week.